Hi everybody and welcome to our wee video on our bike adventure in South Korea. We're cycling from Seoul to Busan on the cross-country bike trail. We've just picking up our bikes in Seoul from an amazing place called
Bike Rental Korea.
Bike Rental Korea.
They're very cool.
They're very cool, very well organised, and look how cool the shop is to pick the stuff up from. And look how nice our bikes are. Pretty cool. Alright. We'll give you a wee update later on. So we just left the bike hire centre and we're heading south along the river. It's a wee bit dreich this morning, as we say in Scotland, but it's nice to get out, and the weather forecast for the next few days is really sunny and dry, so yeah, pretty chuffed. Catch you later. Skyline. Pretty nice skyscraper in the clouds there, and just looking across to the right, loads of apartments, and you can just see a stadium over there as well. Just see a dam in the background. It's a huge river. It's an amazing bike path. It's almost like a railway line, it's so smooth and flat. Really amazing infrastructure. We're closer to the dam now. An impressive piece of civil engineering. So this is the first tunnel of the trip. Old Reister in front of us, leading the way. Looks like almost like an old railway tunnel, but I don't think it is. Pretty cool though. And we are 41 kilometers south of Seoul. To the open again. Look at this incredible view just opened up right in front of us as we come out of the railway tunnel. Really stunning. Weather's clearing up, beautiful spring day here in South Korea. It was peeing down with rain this morning in Seoul when we left, so nice to get some sunshine. Looks like quite a nice wee coffee establishment or something coming up on the left. That seems pretty appropriate, so might have a wee look in here. So we're about 47 kilometers south of the city, and we're just crossing over the river. Pretty sure this is an old railway bridge. Pretty amazing, really. There goes the high-speed train on the left. Okay, so last night we stayed in the Sun Valley Hotel in Yeoju, and just a word of warning, if you are booking a room, make sure you're booking a room with actual beds, because we didn't realise when we booked a room that the room didn't have beds, so we slept on mats on the floor, which was actually okay, but not really what you want after cycling about 104 kilometers from Seoul. So anyway, there you go, wee tip for you other travellers. So this is the Sun Valley Hotel in Yeoju, which is about 105 kilometers or so south of Seoul. So it's a good place to stop and stay overnight if you're heading south from Seoul. And as I mentioned before, if you are booking a room, just make sure the room has beds, because we booked a room without looking at the detail, and it had mats to sleep on the floor, which is not the end of the world, but not hugely comfortable, not really what you're expecting at the end of a long day of cycling. But otherwise, a lovely hotel, staff are really lovely, friendly, food was pretty good and pretty reasonably priced as well. So this is day 2 of riding south from Seoul to Busan, and we're just heading towards Cheongju, which is about 60 kilometers from where we're staying. Another beautiful morning, feeling pretty warm and nice and still. Bit of a steep descent here, so there's a thing saying you've got to get off your bikes, so I thought we would follow suit and just going down towards this weir, which is pretty cool. Should be able to see it in just a moment. There you go. Pretty cool, but yeah, pretty steep. There's a few climbs along the trail, nothing really too bad so far. What we've experienced so far, it's short 1-2 kilometer climbs between 5 and 10%. So yeah, actually makes quite a nice change from cruising along the flat by the river. It's incredibly peaceful here. We're about 130 odd k's south of Seoul, just along the river here, and even this road is absolutely dead quiet, not a soul on it. Really peaceful little rural farming community, really cool. You wouldn't think you're anywhere near major cities. So we're just approaching Cheongju, and you can see the river is dammed up on the left there, and we're just going along this amazing wooden walkway that's been built alongside the main road. Well, it's actually a cycleway, should I say, which is really pretty, and another great piece of infrastructure. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so day 3 on the bike trail. We are approximately 170 k south of Seoul. Just left Cheongju. Beautiful morning again, and looking forward to another day. Here's Reese, and here's Karen. Right then, we're about 180 kilometers south of Seoul, about 20 kilometers south of Cheongju, and back into rural areas, and you can see that we're getting into increasingly hilly terrain. Really pretty, and quite a lot of agriculture going on. Looks like we've got rice paddies either side. So pretty steep climb, about 35 kilometers south of Cheongju, but really beautiful. According to my Garmin it says 35k. Oh, that's because I went ahead and came back. Also, I'll retake that. Alrighty, so we must be about 35 kilometers south of Cheongju, and just went over quite a steep climb coming down the other side. really beautiful. You can see there's more mountains in the background there. Might not look that big on the video, but they're pretty significant. So I think we're just about to do another climb in a wee bit as well. So catch you on the climb. Okay, so we're now approaching the end of the second climb on day 2, which is approximately 50k south of Cheongju. So lots of climbing to get here. Climbs between about 5 and 11%. Don't know the exact amount of ascending because Garmin seems to be overreading, but I'd say it was about 300 to 400 meters of climbing. You can see some really beautiful engraved standing stones, and there's a tunnel at the top. Really lovely. Looking forward to going down the other side. And there's a viewing platform up here, which looks like it's got a wee cafe or restaurant at the top. So yeah, good climbing training if you're a road biker. It'd be an amazing climb to train for some serious endurance event, especially if you train with panniers like we've got that add about another 8 kilograms to your system. So yeah, you're looking forward to getting on my carbon road bike without any panniers when I get home, and it'll feel like a missile. So we're staying in this lovely wee spot just south of Manyong Saejae. It's called the Most Pool Villa and Cafe, and it's a series of little units that you can just see in the background there, and they've all got their own little heated swimming pool as part of the unit. It's lovely people, really happy, friendly, lovely owners, and you also get a charcoal barbecue included in the price, which is really cool, so you can cook your own food. So yeah, really recommend it. Really lovely people, and just outside the main town, a couple of kilometres, which you can cycle into along either the main road if you're brave, or there's a little path that's just in front of where you can see that car that you can climb down to with your bike and cycle into the city on a little back road. So yeah, thoroughly recommend it. So this is day 4 of a biking journey, and it's a bit cooler this morning and a bit greyer, and there is rain forecast. Late morning, we set off at about 6:30 to try and avoid the rain. So yeah, not quite as beautiful as where we were yesterday up in the mountains, but still great to be out on the bikes and seeing some more of South Korea's countryside and rural farm. So there's a really steep climb. I don't know how steep it looks on camera, but it's so steep that we're having to walk the bikes up. It must be 15-20%. So anyway, just watch out for it. Enjoy. Just a wee shot of the river on day 4. So it's about lunchtime and it's raining a wee bit, but not too bad. The river's widened out. It's very beautiful, and again, just some really amazing engineering going on with the bridges, which is pretty cool, and an amazing bike path. I mean, just absolutely pristine. Yeah, there you go. Here comes Karen and Reese. A wee bit dreich again, as we say in Scotland, but actually quite warm, and looking forward to getting to our destination, which is about 30 kilometres away now. Alrighty, so we're just crossing over the, hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Nakdonggang river, which is the Nakdonggang trail is the last of the trails that we are riding from Seoul to Busan. So this section of trail is about 280 kilometers long, I believe, and we're about a quarter of the way down on day 4 of that part of the trail. And pretty cool dam that we're just cycling over. I thought I'd record it. Really beautiful, peaceful day. Hardly anyone around. And I'll just turn around so you can have a wee look upstream and downstream. So that's looking upstream, and this is looking downstream towards Busan. Okay, so day 5 of the biking adventure, about 230 k's into the trip from Seoul. We stayed in a place called Gumi last night, which is about halfway down the trail to Busan. Trails, I should say. And we stayed in a really nice hotel just off the trail called the Gumi, G-U-M-I Century Hotel. Really nice, really quiet, pretty cheap, but really good standard. Really nice people, and they let us store the bikes in the hotel in a spare room. So yeah, really recommend that. And it's literally like 5 minutes off the trail. So just heading south today. We've got about 85 k's to go. Catch you later. Just approaching a city called I think it's pronounced Daegu, which is about 370-ish kilometers down the trail from Seoul. And you can see from the footage that there's been a really amazing bike path constructed actually into the lake. So it looks like they put concrete piles down into the lake to avoid a large climb over the headland to the left. So again, another amazing piece of engineering. And this is a Sunday. It's great to see so many people out enjoying it. So yeah, pretty cool. And you can just see Daegu in the background, and a massive bridge that's been built over the river just outside it. Alright, so we're about 20k south of where we stayed last night in Daegu, in the Khan Hotel, K-H-A-N, and there's this beautiful, I think it's a grave.
No, that's a temple.
I beg your pardon, this is a Buddhist temple. Up on the headlands, a bit of a steep climb to get up to it, but it's very beautiful and very quiet. I'm corrected, we're about 8k south of where we stayed last night in the Khan Hotel in the Daegu area. You can just hear the chanting in the background, it's really amazing.
나이다 생존이 시여의 바다우 근데 현재와 중생을 비하시어 지장보살의 구사이한 일을 말씀하셔서 출용 발부들로 하여금 구설은 예배하고 복을 이루소서 국전님께서의 반세음 보살의 그때는 사바세계에 큰 인연이 있어서 호 하늘이나 혼용이나 잠자거나 별자거나 신이거나 일이거나 일이거니 대군생각지노원거니 점을 듣거나 너를 생각하고 따르는 자나 그 하늘을 찬탄하는 이러한 여러 중생들은
Really amazing. Alright, so we're about 40 kilometers south of where we stayed at the Khan Hotel in Daeju, and we're just coming up to the top of this massive climb. It comes all the way up from the river. You can just see the river in the background, and if you look closely you can actually see there's a suspension bridge being constructed, which is pretty cool. So Reese and Karen are walking up because it's really steep. You'll get no idea about how steep this is from the video, but it's been between about 15 and 20% coming up here, so sometimes it's just easier to get off and walk. Catch you later. So this is a little traditional farmstead that we stayed in just outside a place called Gimhae, which is about 60 kilometers outside of Busan. So we cycled about 105 kilometers yesterday and got here about 6 o'clock, and it's really nice. It's a wee bit basic. You sleep on mats on the floor. It's got underfloor heating, but otherwise really comfortable, warm, and really beautiful area. It's like a quiet farming area, and you can rent out these wee traditional farmhouses. Pretty cool. Alrighty, so last day of the ride, day 6, and we're just leaving the Gimhae area where we stayed in that little farmstay that I showed you earlier, which is really beautiful. And we've got about 60k to go. We're staying at the Marriott Hotel, one of the beaches in Busan, so it's about 60k. It's one of the shorter rides, which is pretty cool because family's a wee bit on the tired side. So beautiful morning, a little bit of a headwind, but hey ho, can't have everything. And yeah, thankfully we got a shorter ride. You think the legs are a wee bit jaded today, but very beautiful scenery, as you can see. Pretty cool, someone's doing it on a hand bike, big respect. Another really amazing cycleway that's been actually built over the lake on piles. It seems to go around for quite a long time. It's another example of amazing cycle infrastructure. I again, really stunning scenery as we head south towards Busan. So just rolling into Busan now. It's about lunchtime and it's a beautiful spring morning, and you can see everybody out at lunchtime getting a bit of exercise. It's pretty cool. Great to see so many people being active, and yeah, really beautiful walk and bike path just heading south. We've got about 17 kilometers to go to the Marriott hotel where we're staying. It's on the beach, which is quite exciting. So we're just approaching the Marriott Hotel in Busan where we're staying. So this is the end of our massive bike adventure from Seoul, which is pretty exciting. So just over the beach, over the road I should say, on the left is the beach, and I'll just cycle you out there so we can have a look at the beach. There you go. Pretty cool, eh? Hey! The end of the journey. The great adventure. Very cool. Hey! So this is Songgo Beach where we're staying, which is a beach on the peninsula just kind of south of Busan. We stayed in the Marriott Hotel, which is just in the middle there. But yeah, really lovely beach. The sand is absolutely amazing. And they've got all sorts of wee swimming platforms and whatnot. It'd be quite nice to jump into the water from in the summer, but it's April, so it's still a wee bit chilly for that. So we're just getting the KTX train back from Busan to Seoul after completing the big bike ride, and this must be the fastest train I've ever been on. Apparently we're doing 265 kilometers per hour, so this will get us back to Seoul in about 2.5 hours, where it took us 7 days of biking to do the equivalent journey. So pretty cool, a nice way to finish off an amazing adventure. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and all the very best if you decide to do the Seoul to Busan trails too.